These ex-servicemen are hoping to find work at the sharp end of the battle between merchant sailors and pirates in the dangerous waters off the coast of Somalia. In an increasingly competitive industry, these days they need qualifications. They could end up living on board ships for weeks on end, so a sea survival and safety course is an essential part of counter-piracy training.
That will enable you to understand how the ship is operating at sea, why it's taking a different course to what you've advised, and why it's been stuck at anchor for a certain amount of time. Whereas if you don't have them courses and you're operating in that environment, it's difficult to understand why a ship can be caught at anchor for 5 days.
Fire is a major hazard on board ship, and the crew will be fully trained to deal with it. But the trainees learn how to operate with breathing apparatus in dark, smoke-filled rooms. It gives them a level of awareness in case they're called upon to help. They also practice rescuing casualties.
Just put them in a picture of the firefighting side of, what they would actually come up against if they were actually asked to do that, and the limitations again. Personally of themselves. They learn a lot from it. They get a good insight of the fires on ships, the heat that might be involved.
Fire Team 2, this is Bridge. I need you to move in and through Corridor 1 and locate any further possible casualties.
They learn command and control and how to communicate with the bridge, guiding them through unfamiliar rooms. This centre is the ideal location for this safety training because it replicates the difficulties of working on board ships. And it's also possible to simulate what would happen if a pirate fired a lucky bullet or rocket-propelled grenade onto the deck of an oil tanker. That could start a major fire which must be tackled quickly and any gas leak isolated.
You capture the actual heat, the flame, you move it away from the valve, so the guy behind is safe to obviously move in, isolate the supply and then move back.
It is useful because if anything does go wrong with the professional firefighting team on board the vessel, then you have the ability to be able to step in and use the equipment that you've been trained on this week.
With increasing pirate activity, the maritime security industry is not only booming, it's becoming more professional. Shipping companies and insurers are demanding certain standards, and many security companies are now signed up to an international code of conduct. For the service leavers who go into this line of work, there are risks, but the financial rewards are high. For them, it also holds other attractions.
Ultimately, we have to find something that is probably a parallel to what we've been doing in the military, and other than doing CP work, maybe in Afghanistan or Iraq, this is probably a little bit safer, and it's probably still got it's still well paid, and it obviously enables us to socialise with the guys that we used to do business with.
By coming into this environment, it's allowed me to do many of the things that I thought I'd left behind once I left the Marines. I've also met a lot of new friends from various other military organisations, and it's been a good change of career.
I've been out for like nearly 4 years now, and just the camaraderie and just having a laugh with the lads, and just just shows you never lose it, sort of thing. Totally different to Civvy Street.
While Somali pirates are making millions of dollars hijacking ships, just a stone's throw away from the training centre in Malta, hundreds of Somali refugees have made their home. It's a reminder of the civil war and ungoverned space which have allowed piracy networks in Somalia to flourish. While an international naval force does operate in high-risk areas, these men know it's very likely they'll have to defend a ship from approaching pirates, and they're a good deterrent. To date, no merchant vessel with armed guards on board has been successfully hijacked. Charlotte Cross, Forces News, Malta.